Hi, I wanted to share with you my version of a paper airplane. You're going to need two simple things. A box of markers or crayons or colored pencils, whatever you want to decorate your airplane with, and just a simple piece of copy paper. You're going to take this copy paper and you're going to fold it in half. You might want to get a parent to help you just a little bit with these folds. They can be a little tricky and a little bit hard to press down. So you're going to fold that paper long ways in half, and once you fold that paper in half, now you have a hot dog bun. Because if you had a hot dog, you just stick it right inside there and it kind of looks like a hot dog bun. But now you're going to go from that hot dog bun to a house. You're going to take these corners here and you're going to fold them into the middle. This is the imaginary line. You cannot see it, but it's there. It's a folded line. So you're going to take the corner of this paper here and you're going to bring it right down into the middle. This is where the nose of the plane is. Just give it a nice little tug on each side to make sure that line is nice and crisp and folded down. You're going to do the same with the other side. And if you have to lay it down, lay it on the table. That way it's easy for you. I just happen to need to be showing you the video. So now, voila, you have a house. So you went from a hot dog bun to a house. Now we're going to go from a house to an arrow. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to take this corner here and this corner here and pull them into that imaginary line right in the middle. And I'll show you how. It's really easy. So you're going to fold down. You're going to crease this line right here all the way up. Okay. Now you're going to do the same thing with the other side. I'm going to set this down on the table, makes it just slightly easier. Now that you kind of have the idea of how you take those corners and fold them down to that imaginary line. Now you went from the hot dog bun to the house. Now you've got an arrow. On the tip of it, you're going to want to make sure that this is nice and pressed down tight. This way, when you go to make that front of your plane, it can cut through the air very nicely. Then you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it directly in half. Again, pressing down on that imaginary line, make sure that all those papers are nicely pressed together. Again, go over your edges one more time. And now we're going to make the wing. So you're almost done and almost ready to go. I suggest that you take your finger and put it right here. And you go from the knuckle to the tip. That way, when you're holding the plane, you know exactly where to fold it down, and it helps you to get that little wing going right there. You're going to fold it down. Again, when you do that folded line, you want to make sure that the tip of your plane is nice and pointy. You can do that to the other side. Again, from the knuckle to the top of the finger, pull it down. Make sure again that you get that nose of that plane. I'm going to show you, make sure the nose of the plane is nice and sharp. By really working the ends a little bit, make sure all your lines are nicely pressed together. This way you don't need tape or staples or anything to really hold this plane together. Again, go back over your edges again. If it helps, you can also take a marker, you lay it down on the table, you run the marker over top of everything so that way it's nice and crisp. Then you open it up and voila! You now have a paper airplane. It's ready to fly. And although it doesn't look really good right now, you could also take and decorate it. Okay, so that way you can see it fly through the air. You're going to take it like this, grab it in the middle, give it a little toss, and you have a paper airplane. Have fun.